morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
Playoffs, baby.
Are we here?
Playoffs, baby.
The best show for Chicago sports.
I need FGBs in the chat. I need y'all hitting that like button. I need y'all sub to the page. I need y'all rocking with the channel. Because we live all day today. The Chicago Bears. We do got some news to get to. On top of everything else, have 3 All-Pros. And 2 of them are on the offensive line. I'm sorry. I get so emotional. I've been begging for an offensive line on this channel for 10 years. Sweet baby Jesus. Of course, we're going to be here. We might as well preview the game. Have some fun with that as well. Give our final predictions. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the date is 1/10/2028, 6. It's 9:52 in the morning. And I'm ready to bear down. Let's go! Hey. Stop playing. Boy, if you ain't hype, I'm a... FGBs all day today, baby. Come on. We don't get this every day. We don't get this every day. Playoffs versus the hated rival. You can feel the tension in the air. It's palpable. I can taste it. Let's get to the news of the day before I lose my mind a little bit too much on this mug. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Let's start here. 3 All-Pros named for the Chicago Bears. Number 1, Joe Thuney has been named a All-Pro yet again. No shock there. What we saw out of Thuney this season was nothing short of phenomenal. It felt good to have a player like Joe Thuney in the building. It felt like you had somebody that you could rely on, somebody that you could feel confidence in and week out on that offensive line, somebody who could be a leader of this team, and you love that. The same conversation can be said about Kevin Byard, who also was named to be an All-Pro. Now, Kevin Byard came into this season very understanding of the position that he's in, right? Remember, he said, I'll probably be signing 1-year deals the rest of my career because that's kind of where I'm at this point. But this season, how he has played, he's somebody that it feels like you do not want to lose on this Chicago Bears team. What he's meant from a leadership standpoint, what he's meant from a just being a key piece and somebody who can calm the troops in that room. And then the production on top of all of that, right? We talk about these guys as leaders, but the production that we saw out of Kevin Byard this year, the interception leader, constantly being the guy that's in there making the big tackle, need to elevate a little bit with how the defense has played over the last couple of weeks. Let's hope that we can see that happen yet again. And then, you got to talk about a guy who Well deserving. I had a lot of people immediately tweeting me because apparently they haven't been listening to me for the last couple of months, where I've done nothing but praise this young man and how he's played with essentially one arm. Darnell Wright named to an All-Pro second team this season, and that's just phenomenal. All-Pro Darnell Wright is here. All-Pro Darnell Wright is dominant. And he is somebody who you look at when you talk about those bookend tackles in a way that you just feel like is absolutely unstoppable. I absolutely love what we saw from him when he came back off of that injury, right? Remember, we were having conversations about Darnell Wright, not because of my personal opinion, is because Dan Richard was calling out Darnell Wright, and to see where he's gone from where he was at the beginning of the season is absolutely beautiful. I love how he's played this season. I love how aggressive he is on that right side. He's been such a key cog in the running game this season. And so, like, when you start to see names like that pop up, young names that still haven't been paid yet, getting on the All-Pro list, that's when you know you're doing something right. That's when you know the development that's happening in this building is exactly what we need to see. How we're going through our process, how we're figuring out who's going to go, be the starter, how we're figuring out the right buttons to push, right? Because let's be real with this. Dan Richard probably knew that Darnell Wright needed a little bit of a push, right? We weren't feeling great early on in the season with some of the struggles in protection that we were seeing. Gave him that push midway through the season, said, listen, he's not focused. He doesn't really, at times he's a great player. At times he's not locked in and he's not getting in the stance and showing us the things that we want to see from him. He improved on it. And so you got to give this young man credit, all the credit in the world. And I love what we saw out of him, how he's improved over the year. I think he makes Jonah Jackson's job so much easier, and credit to this offensive line as a whole. When you've got two All-Pros on your offensive line with young pieces coming up like you have in Ozzie Trapillo on that left side, which he seems like he's going to be playing today. There was no injury designation next to his name. So great to see that as well. And then, of course, you add in Drew Dahlman, who is a Pro Bowler this season, and Jonah Jackson, who's been balling. Like, those are the things you want to see. And now let's show it, right? These accolades are great. These accolades look phenomenal. They're shiny things that you can put on your walls and say, I was an All-Pro this season. That doesn't matter if you don't go out there and you don't handle business today. None of that matters. I shouldn't say it doesn't matter, right? It is an accolade that shows that you're an improving team. We're very much ahead of schedule. It does matter. I'm not going to say that it doesn't matter. But it's one of those things that to the players, they will probably look at and say, hey, you know what? If they lose this game, yeah, that's nice that I was an All-Pro, but we didn't go out there and handle our business. And honestly, you haven't handled your business the last couple of weeks. You've been close to handling your business, but you put yourself in some tough situations. And I think this game is going to come down to how well this team finds a way to play offensively off the rip, establish the run. And I don't know if you guys have been outside yet. It doesn't seem terrible as of yet, but the reports are that we're going to get snow, that we're going to get sleet, that the wind is going to be insane. Can you imagine that wind inside of Soldier Field? You don't want this to come down to a field goal to put you over the top. You don't want this to come down to a field goal at the end of the day. You want to be able to go out there and say, we dominated on our terms. We ran the football down their throats, because this Green Bay team, listen, they're talking trash too, right? Like, remember beginning of the season, it was just, oh, the Bears are just trash talking, and they're the ones that are. Did you hear some of the comments out of Green Bay this week? We wanted the Bears. We got to get our get back. Hey, listen, we're not worried about them running the football on us. We're going to make them play different. We don't believe they can play 4 quarters of football. Oh, okay. Okay. This is the time for you to show it. This is the time for you to prove that you are the team that can go out there and get it done for 4 quarters of play, that you are the team that can go out there and accomplish. Because realistically, looking back at the other 2 games, if you get it going at any point in the first half of the football game, you win the game without this even being a conversation. That's the kind of conversation that I want to see Ben Johnson having with the team. And we know he was having that with the team throughout this week. We know that he was talking about, listen, if at any point in any of these games you decided to show up in the first half of play, we're not sitting here talking about a close divisional game at the end of this. And this is the most important time for you to show it. You couldn't do it during the season in any of the divisional games, right? I guess the Minnesota one that you lost, technically you had a great start to the game there. But for the most part, you sat there and struggled, teams came back, or you put yourself in a hole and you end up almost getting buried in it. A couple of times you were able to dig yourself out, a couple of times you weren't. This is the time where you don't want to be in the hole. You want to be the one putting somebody in the hole. Start this game off early. Offensively, because there is no fix for the defense. There is no answers for the defense. You're not going to magically materialize a pass rush out of nowhere today. Montez Sweat isn't all of a sudden going to turn into Myles Garrett. You're not going to see Austin Booker become a prime Khalil Mack all of a sudden. Grady Jarrett, maybe. I don't know. Grady might be a different animal. But I don't expect him to turn back the clock 6 years and become this absolute game wrecker up the middle. So you got to negate playing struggling defense at times by having a strong offense. And if you're able to do that, we won't be talking about this as a close game. We won't be talking about this as a pick'em game. We'll be talking about this as, wow, the Chicago Bears finally showed up and they put a team away. But again, you have to do that for 4 quarters of play. We've seen the Bears get off to a hot start and teams have found their way back in. We thought that the Bengals game was over. Remember that? We're feet kicked up. I remember I was at Fox. I'm feet kicked up. We're going upstairs. We're going to record. Tremaine Edmonds has the pick 6. Here we go. Wow, we all good. GG's, baby. Don't give Jordan Love any life today. If you get him down early, he's the kind of quarterback that'll give the game away. If you get him down early, he's the kind of quarterback that can give the game away. So much so that I wonder how much he's going to be involved in this game plan. He's been rusty. The big conversation we may be having at the end of this game is that the Green Bay Packers went out there and tried to run the football down your throats with Josh Jacobs, who wasn't able to go in the last game because of injury. The big conversation today might be that they don't even want to go to Jordan Love because they know that he has a propensity to throw the football away. And so let's go to Josh Jacobs because the Chicago Bears defense hasn't shown that they want to tackle him in key moments. You have to find a way to win the time of possession today. I need to see a big day from Kyle Manangai with a Bears first down. Bear down. I need to see a big day from Swifty. I need to see you got these all pros on the offensive line, am I right? Hit that like button if you agree. You got these all pros on the offensive line. Utilize them. I don't need Caleb Williams to prove that he's the greatest playoff quarterback we've ever seen today. I need the game plan to be find a way to run these mugs over because that's what everyone who beats them does. You got 2 all-pros. You got possibly, I got to see when the list comes out, but I would assume that you got to kind of be looking at Ozzie Trapillo on that all-rookie team, at least maybe second team, right? A left tackle in his rookie year? A left tackle in his rookie year? Playing at the level that we've seen him play? Utilize that young man. Get this O-line comfortable early. O-lines get comfortable how? Every old offensive lineman has said this. You don't want to sit there and be giving ground in pass pro. You want to be taking ground in the run game. Get them off the bus running. And if you do that, then you can settle in. Then the play action works. Then the bootlegs work. Then you're able to find guys downfield. That's the realistic conversation that you should be having today. Utilize what is believed to be and what many have ranked the best offensive line in football today. This is not a time to get cute. This is not a time for you to get cute. I'm fine with the trick plays, but if you're in the red zone on the one, turn around and give it to the guy that can run. You've seen what Kyle Monangai can do when you feed him. You've seen what DeAndre Swift can do when you feed him. Do you think in a playoff scenario, they're not going to be twice as amped in this situation? Let's go, baby. I don't think it's a difficult game plan to execute versus a Packers defense that is in shambles right now. I don't think that it's a difficult game plan to execute versus a Packers defense that shouldn't be able to get on the field right now. Even the guys they're sending out there are being held together by duct tape and bubble gum. You should be able to dictate policy in a game like this. And so this is one to me. Establish your dominance early. You have a run game that is Super Bowl caliber when you go to it. Guess what? If you get to the Super Bowl and win it, it doesn't matter how you did it. If you beat the Packers today, nobody's going to go back and go, well, they beat the Packers in a manner that seems very strange and they didn't involve the quarterback enough and he's got to be throwing this football for you to win. Nobody's going to say that. You know what they're going to say? Hey, Bears beat Green Bay at home. We play on. Ball up top. Austin Booker, one message to you, my boy. Don't change anything you do, but make sure that you keep Jordan Love in this game. I don't want to see Malik Willis. Is that the craziest part of all of this? Like, realistically speaking, the worst guy that we could see in this matchup is the guy that can just run the football. I don't want to see Malik Willis on the field. Give me Jordan Love all day. He can run a little bit, but he going to stand back there and he going to put that ball in the air. And when he's putting the ball in the air, it gives you an opportunity to do what you've done best all season. See, this is a defense now that you have to put in an advantageous situation. This is a defense right now that you have to put in a spot to say, hey, get us the football back. And that only happens if Jordan Love is putting the ball in the air. Oh, that's right. Whoa, that's crazy. Said Willis is hurt. That's right. Okay, we may be good. We may be good. Again, you look at the Jordan Love interception numbers. I'm not sitting here telling you that the Jordan Love interception numbers are he's throwing 20 picks a year, but look how many of them are game breakers, are back breakers. Look how many of those picks are plays that kill any kind of comeback hopes. Put yourself in that position today. DA, I know what you're going to play. It's going to be bend but don't break. Bears fans, prepare yourself. It's going to be bend but don't break. It's going to be trying to find times to get an opportunity. There's going to be some gamble. There's going to be some gamble. But just remember that if you're up, that's how you've won a lot of these games. That's how you've taken care of a lot of these games. And when that interception does come, not if, when that interception does come, you go out there and you make sure that you capitalize on it. CJ Gardner-Johnson got one in the first Packer game. You couldn't capitalize on it. You can't get opportunities like that in the playoffs and not take advantage of them. And the Packers are going to give you those opportunities. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I got to go get a cut right before we go downtown. I will be live for the pregame show on ESPN 1000, so tap into that on YouTube from 3 to 5. I will be live on Fox TV after. I believe this will be on national TV, so tap in with us on Fox Live. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Before we get out of here, make sure you drop a FGB in the chat. Let's go handle our business tonight, boys. Huh? Let's go get busy. Let's prove to everybody that's out here that's doubting us. Even Ryan Clark, who wears Bears colors on the show yesterday and then picks the Packers to win. Let's go out there and prove why we the best team in the NFC North, baby. Bear down. One love. Peace.
Red Nation, are we here? The best show for Chicago sports.